Alright, what's going on everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. So if you didn't know this, I'm actually a Tua guy. I've been watching Tua play since 2017, back in his days when he was in Alabama. And I've always believed in his ability to throw the football. My concerns with Tua were always health related. Can he stay healthy? Can he take the force in a battering and the beating that you're going to take when these guys are coming to tackle you? Can he stay in the pocket and take those hits consistently throughout the season and survive? That was my main concern with him. But I always believed in his ability to throw. And I'm on the record saying that if Tua can stay healthy, then he could truly do something special with this Dolphins team. Like, he could go and take them to newer heights, potentially win them a Super Bowl. I'm on the record saying that. I didn't say he was going to win a Super Bowl, but I said he could take them to new heights and possibly revitalize this franchise from what they've been over the last decade plus. But yeah, I've been a believer of Tua. I believe in his ability to throw the football. Now, throughout his young career so far, it hasn't been the best. He's shown moments, he's shown flashes, but it hasn't been consistent enough for people to believe in him. And now, entering this season, a lot of people believe this is a make it or break it year for Tua. He has to prove himself. And I'm one of those people that believes it's a make it or break it type situation for him, because people are ready to kick him out the league. Most people don't think he'll be a starter on any other team. People are ready to write off Tua. And I said this is the year he's going to have to prove himself. I always say it takes 3 to 5 years for a quarterback to develop into what he's going to be in this league. And this is the time for Tua to do it. He has to come out here and prove himself. He's on the chopping block, man. He's got to come out of here and he has to prove himself big. But I believe Tua can do it, and he has to take that next step in order to do it. Well, at least based on what we've seen on training camp, Tua has started to take that next step, and he's showcasing it. All the things people said he couldn't do, he's doing it. The number one thing they said he couldn't do, they said he couldn't throw the deep ball. He's been throwing the deep ball consistently throughout training camp, and we've seen clip after clip. He's throwing the ball down the field to Tyreek Hill. He's throwing the ball down the field to Jalen Waddle. He's throwing the ball down the field to Gesicki. He's just making play after play after play, all on target. The anticipation they said he didn't have, you're seeing him throw in anticipation. The velocity in which he's throwing the football, they said there was no velocity there. Coming into camp here, he's throwing the ball with more velocity than he's ever shown. Tua looks to be at his best. He's healthy. He obviously knows the playbook. He knows what he's doing. And he's throwing the ball as great as we've ever seen him throw the ball since he's been in the league. It feels like he's back in Alabama. Like, he really feels like he's gotten back to that form he was before he got injured. His final year before, he got drafted. You know how that situation is. But yeah, he really looks to be at his best. And it seems like Tua's starting to take that next step. Now, I understand, despite all the highlight plays we're seeing, it is just practice, and practice is vastly different from game time. I understand. So people still want to know whether or not he can do it in the game. But I feel like we have to give the man credit for making the improvements in every area you guys said he couldn't do. And he's doing it consistently. It's one thing to do it, it's another thing to do it consistently. You could be making big throws down the field and big plays down the field, but if you're not consistently doing it, it's a problem. You could be throwing with anticipation, but if you're not consistently doing it, especially when you're throwing the ball down the field to a receiver, it's going to be a problem. Tua's been doing that consistently, and we're seeing clip after clip and play after play, and all these reports are coming out about how Tua is throwing the ball with great velocity, great accuracy. He's being consistent. He's hitting his guys. That's what you want to see. I understand we have to wait until we see it in action in a game, but give the man credit for making the improvements and doing the things you guys said he couldn't do. You guys said he couldn't throw the ball deep. He's launching 60-yard touchdowns. Like, come on, he's throwing the ball 60 plus yards down the field, hitting Tyreek Hill and such, and y'all sitting back saying he can't throw the ball deep. Like, he's doing everything you said he couldn't do. He's doing it here in practice, and yes, once again, I must reiterate, I understand it is practice, but the fact that he's doing the things you guys said he couldn't do, and he's doing it consistently, that is definitely a good look for him. And he deserves credit. It shows he is taking that next step. It shows he's made the improvements throughout the offseason to get to where he needs to get. Now we just have to see if he can put it all together in game time. This kind of reminds me of how Lamar came back his second year. After his rookie year, we lose in the playoffs with the Chargers. He comes back, and in training camp, he's absolutely killing it. He's so accurate. He's just hitting his receivers all over the place, and people were like, well, it's just practice. He's got to do it in the game. When it comes to actually doing it in game time, he's got to show he can do it consistently. And then he did, and he went on to win MVP. Now, I'm not saying Tua's going to win MVP. I'm not doing a Tua for MVP case right now. I'm not trying to do none of that. I don't really make MVP cases. But I'm just saying that for Tua to come back and showcase all the things you guys said he couldn't do, and to do it consistently, that shows he's starting to take that next step. If he can take that and replicate that during game time, then Tua is going to be that guy that I believe he could be in the league. And he will have an opportunity to prove it, especially with the weapons he has. Like, this is the talent he has, man. The level of talent he has on this offense. And with the way the defense is developing, this Dolphins team can truly be something special in 2022. They could truly be something special. And Tua has to be the pioneer of that. And it seems like the team, they're all rallying behind Tua. They believe in him. They're seeing what he's doing. And they're all saying, man, Tua's getting it done. We believe in what he's doing here. So give the man his credit. The man's made the improvements. He's showcasing it. Now he has to showcase it in the game. And by the way, guys, y'all need to stop doing this whole thing where you're trying to overanalyze every single throw Tua makes. Like, if he throws a pass 60 yards down the field, but it's just a little underthrown, but it's still caught, you're like, oh, that ball was underthrown. Or if he's just throwing the ball down the field and the receiver has to slow down a little just to catch it, y'all criticize him. Bro, in game time, there are moments where there are just plays where you got receivers slowing down to make the play. It's not like you're going to be perfect with every single throw. Sometimes the receiver's got to make a play. The quarterback just putting it up there half the time. Not half the time, but in some cases, quarterback's just throwing the ball up there and trusting their receiver is going to go make a play. Even if it's a little underthrown, you trust your receiver's good enough to make that play. And sometimes you get that in game time. Not every single throw that the quarterback throws in the game is going to be perfect. But sometimes it's still completed. Even if it's not a perfect throw, it's still completed. Y'all are being too harsh on Tua. I deal with this all the time with Lamar, so I'm not surprised to see it happen with Tua as well. But y'all being too harsh on Tua. Give the man his credit. He's been killing it in training camp as far as we've heard. Hopefully he can bring that with him to the season, which I believe he'll have an opportunity to do so because he's got weapons, bro. Look at this, man. Oh my God. Just thinking about having Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle to get on the field. The way this offense can be explosive. I'm just thinking about that in my mind because I'm like, you got these two there and then you got Gesicki as well, and it's just like this offense could be truly explosive. This could be something truly magnificent if Tua has taken that next step. And the way he's throwing the ball right now, if he throws the ball like that in game time, it's going to be a different conversation and the Dolphins will be able to make the playoffs. But yeah, give Tua his credit, man. He's made the improvements. He's doing all the right things. He's shown the improvements throughout training camp. Give the man his credit. We'll wait to see if he can replicate that in game time, but give the man his credit for making the improvements and doing the things you guys said he couldn't do. Enough with the criticism. Just give him his credit. If he doesn't do that in game time, then you can criticize him. But for now, he's doing all the right things, and it looks like he's throwing the ball the best he's ever done since he's been in the league. Give the man his credit for making the improvements and doing the things you guys said he couldn't do. With that being said, that's all I gotta say, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.